Hey everyone, have a here we're on a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing our full breakdown and some fun little team builds for the EZA Dokkan Festival exclusive TEQ CAULIFLA. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So of course, as an EZA unit, we're going to start with the Extreme Z battle and how to complete this event here. Seemingly pretty easy because it is weak against Representative Universe 7. There's a lot of free-to-play units you can run on this as well. However, you want to make sure you're not bringing super AGL units and all basically rest of extreme class units except for Int's still available, so technically you can't bring Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken or Super Saiyan Blue Super EZA Goku and then MUA Goku EZA, or the 17 and Golden Frieza. Those would fall into these categories. Again, you can bring these units if you don't want to do much damage because they're going to be mitigated by 60%. But if you don't have like a particular unit that you want to fill out with a defensive spot here, these units could fall into that. Anyway, the teams here you're probably going to bring is something of this nature here. You can bring in the 10-year anniversary Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta with Universe Survival Saga at 220% here. It's going to boost up a lot of these units here in damage. And of course, I did take the units here, MUA Goku and the 17 and Golden Frieza out of this already. Or you can bring the new team, right? The new Representative Universe 7 team in Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. So, of course, we already know what his issue is, that you're going to, if you super a bunch of times, you're going to lose a lot of HP, but seemingly this would work as well. So up to you. I'll probably, you know what, I'll probably bring this team just for fun, just for giggles. Either one's going to work, so up to you in terms of completing this Extreme Z battle. Let's go ahead and take a look at the unit in of itself. Most of you guys have probably seen this already, but I'm just going to quickly break this down here. The EZA to this unit, the stats are very, very strong here. 21,005 for HP, over 20,000 for attack, and over 14,000 for defense here. It does have some decent leader skills in terms of using this unit on the team of Universe 6. It's going to link up well with the other CAULIFLA, the LR one, and it's on a lot of different categories as well. So it does have some advantage in still having this unit. It's not overly limited or really limited at all in terms of needing another Representative Universe 6 or some other unit to go ahead and activate it. However, you do need Universal Survival Saga though, so you gotta think about that because it does provide some additional boost here. But anyway, you can run it on other teams and not have Universal Survival Saga, but this is really, really strong because it stacks. So with that leader skill, it was a 130%, 170% unit, so it doesn't get boosted to 180. It stays at 170, unfortunately. It does stack. It does greatly raises attack and defense, so a lot of people are gonna keep this unit and stack for the long run here, instead of maybe transforming after the 6th turn. So it is very, very strong. We love seeing greatly raises attack and defense as a stacking ability there. The passive here, attack and defense 200%, which is standard now these days. Launches additional attack, has a high chance of becoming super attack, so that's a 50% chance there. And then high chance of evading enemy's attack. That is a 50% as well. So you might go, well, that's kind of weak here. Well, there are additional benefits. Wait a minute, this is not right. Hold on, give me a second here. Yeah, this is right. For every attack performed, attack and defense 40% up to 160% here. And then when there's another Universe Survival Saga ally attacking the same turn or enemy, attack is raised 60% up and launches additional super attack. Here's where it's it makes up for the only the high chance of evasion. For every time a character performs 3 or more attacks in a battle, chance of evading enemies attack 20% within the character's turn, up to 20% here. So this evens out to be the 70% that you want. So not a unit that you're running in first position, because you do want to make sure you get those 3 attacks off, and that's going to be fairly easy because you have your you have your guarantee here. If you're going to run it on a Universal Survival Saga / Universe 6 team, it's going to be fine. And yeah, it's solid because it stacks, and you'll still just build up. So especially here when you max it out. So Anyway, you do have this active skill here to fuse. Special fusion can be activated from the 6th turn from the start of the battle. But again, you might still want to continue to boost this up as as you increase that defense and that attack as well. But when you're ready to transform, you can go ahead and transform into Kefla here, and her damage is pretty solid. So you lose the ability to stack defense, but you continue to stack attack here. So the base effects here is recover 60% HP, which is really nice, and then attack and defense 200%. So that didn't boost up, which I understand, because you are stacking here, and you're like, okay, great. You don't want to have, I guess, a more multiplier, but launches 2 additional super attacks guaranteed, which is crazy strong, and then you now have a great chance of evading an enemy's attack. But again, your defense is going to be really, really high by the time you go ahead and transform here. Randomly change the key spheres of a certain type besides two tech key spheres, and then when attacking, additional 200%, and then when receiving an attack, defense 200%, which is very, very strong. So 6 more key spheres obtained, which is fairly easy to get when you have orb changing, and tournament participants category allies 30% up, and then plus additional 30% for characters who belong in the Universe 6 category. Not too sure why they added tournament participants on here. It would have been better for like Universal Survival Saga, but I guess because you want to add all the other, Universe 6 versus Universe 7, I guess. So anyway, you do change Link skills here. It goes to Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighter, and Power Bestowed by God. So it's not as good, I would say, as the Link skills here when you are on base form, because this feels like it links up a little bit better with like the LR unit. I believe so, right? Because because it doesn't have this or Fuse Fighter. Right, I guess you have the other stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the team builds here. So enough of me just kind of breaking this. Anyway, it's a good EZA, right? Especially for the team here. So of course, if you want to bring a Universe 6 team here, it's not the best team right now, right? The 2 floaters on here, it needs to be upgraded, right? We do have the EZA to the STR Kefla, which is fine. It's still not the super high level that you would want. And then the Berserk Kale, when she gets her EZA, now that's what we're talking about. Now here's the thing about Magetta on here. He's actually works pretty good, because we have a full Universe 6 team on here, and he's going to support. He's going to provide so a lot of damage mitigation. So it works fine on here. But all in all, it's still not one of the top teams. It can complete some endgame stuff on here, but ultimately, I would say, somewhere in the top 25 or something. Definitely not in the top 10 quite yet. So if we can get some other OP units on here, remember, it's only Universe 6, very limited category. And anyway, if you open it up and you're going to run hit, you can run the Universe 6 team here, but you can then open up a little bit more with the 250, 220 team. And of course, you can even open up further for the 170% and add some of the 10-year anniversary units on here as well. So, but again, you're going to have that Kale Caulifla rotation. And I think that's a pretty good rotation, right? It's a pretty fun rotation that you can run. But again, comparable to like the LR 7-year anniversary with Super Saiyan 4 7-year anniversary with the 10-year anniversary LR34. That's a better rotation, right? So anyway, another team you can run, of course, Universal Survival Saga. We showed that before. You can replace a full rotation with this team on here. Works fine, but again, I think I'm hoping we're going to see more for this team here that maybe helps out Vegeta a little bit more, because the leader is generally what the biggest issue here is. I did this on the LR Super Saiyan 2 Kale Caulifla, and I said, okay, where are we gonna put this team? Where are we gonna put this rotation? Like, do we want this, want to remove that rotation? Do we want to remove that rotation? It's kind of hard to say, but if you do want to play this team here on this rotation, it will work out fine. So it is an option that you guys can run. But this team just getting better and better and better, the successors to Fires Pure Saiyans, and just look at the bench strength on this. It's just not even close, comparable to, like, look at the bench strength for the Hit team or the Universe 6 team. It's nonsense. It's so much different, and it's a shame, right? It's a shame that we're not having more teams like this, and it's really because of the Pure Saiyans leader, right? The Pure Saiyans leader just causes just an immense amount of units that you can run. It could be run on the full power team as well. Again, where do you want to put this rotation? Technically, these would be pretty good floaters that you can run here, and if you wanted maybe to move Gohan down here below, or maybe not run Broly's, and you can kind of do something different here. You can kind of mix and match and do some things here, but again, not a best in slot rotation. They're like, oh yeah, they're much better, let's go ahead and move them into that spot there. I would say they are better here, but like not much better, right? Because the problem is, like, where do I then put this Gohan, because he's going to be in main rotation. It gets kind of goofy, right? So anyway, Roshi team. Don't forget about this team here. It is, again, you don't want to run the 10-year anniversary in the same rotation. I think this would be a fun rotation to run here, and you can run a different rotation. You can maybe run something like this, right? And then you can run, like, I don't know, whatever unit that you want to run on the top. There are options. You can run with the Goku and with Vegeta or the Gogeta, up to you on there. But I think this rotation is going to be good because this Peppy Gals get a nice little boost at 200%. So the Master Roshi team is kind of fun. However, here's the problem with the Master Roshi team. Like I mentioned this before, after 7 turns, he's like really bad, losing this 30% damage reduction. He's already going to be pretty rough anyway. So, and then because they transform in the 6th turn, it's not gonna hold out too well there. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the last one here. I am going to show Power Beyond Super Saiyans. I didn't show this on the LR Count Caulifla, but it's something that you guys can think about. It's like, okay, it's running at 170%, unfortunately, because they're not Kamehameha. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're thinking about, maybe running the rotation. Maybe you don't have the 10-year anniversary units. Maybe you're missing Broly or something like that. You could, squeeze this rotation in there. But again, it's only running at 170. So just kind of keep that in mind. Anyway, that's pretty much about it. Again, this is more probably just if you're forming that Universe 6 team here. Yeah, hopefully we need a Kaba. We need a EZA or another Kaba on a team here that maybe like provides additional support, make them hit even harder, like a Yellow Coin LR Kaba or something. Anyway, with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. Oops, that's the wrong one. Went way too high there. Where am I? There we go. There we go. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.